though that game does not factor into him reaching that 10,000-yard mark.
Another game we wanted to talk about too, Cherokee. Colin Trent, he's got the third most passing yards in Northeast Tennessee with 864. They traveled to Elizabethton tonight. I think I think the game will be close early, but I don't think the Cherokee has enough athletes. Elizabethton's so good, so deep. I think they win going away by about 14 points.
I know several people that follow Cherokee football religiously, and they've been strutting and bragging, and they think they're world beaters, and I think that their whole mindset's about to come crashing down tonight. I really don't think it's going to be a close game.
No. And as the song says, and the walls come tumbling down. So anyway, everybody can sound on that when you're home and go for it. All right. So again, talking about Northeast Tennessee, some of the stats that sort of jump out. Talk about, of course, Zane Whitson. We'll talk about him as our Player of the Week. He ranks in the top 10 in terms of passing. Mr. Batchelor over at Science Hill is second behind Crockett's Larkins. Kind of surprising, and in terms of what they've done, been able to move the ball. In rushing yards, though, and we saw him a few weeks ago, Julian Reed, and he's over 1,000 yards. He's the only back in Northeast Tennessee that's over 1,015. Of course, coming right behind him, Logan Benway of Unaka is at 661, and then as they go down the list, you see some of them as well. But anything stick out to you there, passing and rushing wise? Is that kind of what you thought?
I think that's probably about par for the course. No big surprises to me.
Receiving wise, the number one passer will have the number one receiver. Prince Colley has 541 receiving yards. He also is joined by Dante Hackler with 336. Again, that group, he's thrown such numbers. I mean, Mason Britton is also in the top 15 as well. Of course, like I said, Science Hill's got 1-2 in the top 10 in terms of receivers. It'll be interesting to see that. Again, we're talking about Dobbins Bennett and Science Hill a lot, but again, that ball game, that secondary versus this passing attack should be interesting for them.
Dobbins Bennett tends to play a lot of what I call former ball.
Uh-oh.
They pound it, then hit a deep play. And a lot of times it takes till after halftime to wear a team down. That's been their philosophy for years. That's what they're continuing to do. So you're really, I don't think, going to see a lot of the DB receivers up. Plus, they do spread it around quite a bit, but they just love to wear down a defense.
Talking about touchdowns, Julian Reed for South leads the scoring. Colin Trent is second behind him. He's got 11 touchdowns on the season. Again, Benway for Unaka at 10. Cody Lewis, we're talking about that rushing attack from Unicoi County. He's got 7 on the season. And then, like I said, you've got several Crockett guys right behind him. So, again, a good scoring offense. Passing touchdowns, of course, Larkins leads the way with 16. Batchelor with Science Hill's got 15. Rollins for Elizabethton's got 10. And Nottingham for Central has 9. So, again, that's your leading passers in Northeast Tennessee.
One thing that really stands out to me with that is the Crockett names. There's several of them in rushing yards, receiving yards. They're really spreading it around.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not even sure Crockett has shown everything they've got yet.
That's one thing that was mentioned in the preseason when they were doing media days. Hackler got most of the praise, but their coach was talking about, don't be surprised if you see starts from these other guys that's come through the program, sophomores and juniors now, start, like I said, a 1-2 punch. Again, they're going to be tough to beat moving forward. Talking about the kicking game, how important it is. Mr. Alderson at Dobbins Bennett, he's 4 or 5 on the season. Cade Hensley from Science Hill, also 4 or 5. Dykes with volunteer 2 of 2. And then, of course, Crockett's, as many points as they're scoring, Gouge is 23 or 25 on extra points. Defensively, Happy Valley, we talk about Happy Valley and Johnson County, those linebackers. Again, Happy Valley's got 3 of the top 5 tacklers in Northeast Tennessee, as well as for tackles for loss as well. Interceptions, Science Hill, Joshua Santiago has 3. He's tied with Unicoi County's Robbie Odell and Blake Cadler with Sullivan South. Each have 3 apiece. But as we mentioned, total team defense, 726 yards has been given up by the Indians this year from Dobbins Bennett. They rank number 1. Unicoi County ranks number 2. They've only given up 1,100 yards on the season. The Science Hill Hilltoppers, 2 and 3. But, again, they rank as the number 3 team in Northeast Tennessee total defense. So, we'll take a quick break, come back. We'll talk about our Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week. We'll get you ready for Southwest Virginia. And, again, get you ready for this Union Gate City matchup coming up here. Kickoff's going to be, as according to the clock, about 33 minutes. You're listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. With over 100 offices throughout Virginia, you can count on your local Virginia Farm Bureau insurance agents to be there when you need them most. Whether you find yourself in a fender bender, insuring your first home, or with a new addition to the family, our agents are ready to help you through every stage of life. Connect with your local agents, Whitney McConnell, Richard Helms, and David Weddick here in Scott County at 386-7411 or online at vafb.com. Coverage provided by Virginia Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company and their affiliates. Whether you're headed out to the game or if you're looking for something great to eat, stop by and see your friends at the Campus Drive-In just down the road from Gate City High School on Kane Street. They have a tremendous selection of breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and they're open 7 days a week. Campus Drive-In has supported Blue Devil Sports for over 60 years, and once again, they are the proud sponsors of our halftime show here on Gate City Sports Radio. Please follow them on Facebook and place your call-in orders by dialing 276-386-3702. Again, that's 276-386-3702.
This is Michael Calhoun speaking on behalf of the Gate City football and track team. We would like to thank you for listening to Gate City Sports Radio, home of the Blue Devils.
2 out of every 3 people will need an assisted living community at some point in their life. We here at Elmcroft of Johnson City want to help to guide you through the process and decisions and believe in you as a person, not as a number. If you do have questions and want to be treated with the value you deserve, we invite you to call or come to our location for a free, no-obligation tour and meal. To schedule a tour, call us today at 423-282-0280. That's 423-282-0280. We are located at 406 East Mountain View Road in Johnson City. You can check us out on the web at elmcroft.com. Elmcroft of Johnson City is an Eclipse senior living community.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio. Sports Radio.
And we're back here live from Bullet Park in Big Stone Gap, Gate City and Union, right around 30 minutes away from kickoff as the Gate City band is on the field. They're entertaining the crowd, home crowd here. So, as Mr. Carr writes down the teams again, we'll be bringing to you scores and highlights from around the region. I'll go over our Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week. And again, folks, Chris, I believe this is one of the smallest press boxes we've been in.
Joe, I like you, but I don't like being this close to you.
So we're
say we're in a cracker box kind of is an overstatement.
We're kind of larger guys, and we're looking out one little window. So anyway, so apologize. I may fall out. Chris may fall out. So something during the game for you or something, splat, whatever. That's okay. All right, so let's talk about our Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week awards. Again, each week Premier Pharmacy selects talented individuals who demonstrated excellence and outstanding effort throughout the matchups of Northeast Tennessee, Southwest Virginia, and for our Gate City Blue Devils. Those honorees qualify for the annual Premier Pharmacy Player of the Year awards that will be voted on later in this season. This week's Premier Pharmacy Southwest Virginia Player of the Week is Wise Central's C.J. Crabtree. In the Warriors' 28-21 come-from-behind win against winless Virginia High, the senior rushed for 244 yards and 19 carries. He scored 3 touchdowns in erasing the 21-7 second-half Bearcat lead. Wise Central piled up over 400 yards of total offense, and the Warriors improved to 3-1 on the season.
This week's Premier Pharmacy Northeast Tennessee Player of the Week honor goes to Dobyns-Bennett Jr. quarterback Zane Whitson. With Hardin Valley loading the box to stop the Indians' rushing attack, Whitson went to work in carving up the Hawks' defense by going 11 of 16 for 233 yards and 5 touchdowns in the Dobyns-Bennett's 42-0 homecoming win. At one point in the first half, he was 4 for 4 with 128 yards and 3 touchdowns as the Indians remain perfect on the season at 4-0. The Premier Pharmacy Gate City Players of the Week are Landon Blanton, Brady Edwards, and Michael Calhoun. In Friday night's game against Ridgeview, Blanton and Calhoun combined for 141 rushing yards and a touchdown, as well as providing several key blocks from their running back positions. Edwards was simply all over the field on defense and special teams, and this trio accounted for 11 tackles in the game, while helping the defense hold the Wolfpack to several negative plays and short gains during the game. Congratulations to these outstanding players. Premier Pharmacy has proudly served our region and supported local youth sports for almost 30 years. They specialize in creating personalized medicine and welcome the opportunity to serve the needs of you and your family. Give them a call at 423-245-1022 or go to www.rxpremier.com to learn more.
Premier Pharmacy Players of the Week. Yeah, I thought you'd want to read about the Dobbins Bennett.
I like the way you put that in our script that we use on that one.
The Dobbins Bennett.
I wonder if people can tell that is scripted and the rest of it's off the fly. Because I'm sure it's high quality all the way across from start to finish.
Of course. All righty, so we're about 26 minutes away from kickoff. We'll take a quick break, come back, we'll preview Southwest Virginia. We'll talk about this, again, Union and Gate City matchup. Both teams now are off the field, again, getting ready for the game. Gate City Band still on the field, and we want to say thank you to, again, everybody listening to us out there, wherever you may be and however you may be listening to us. Again, this is the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
Does the volatility of the stock market have you nervous about investing? Do the news reports about a trade war or recession give you some pause about doing anything other than investing in CDs? If so, I invite you to call the experienced financial planners at James River Advisors about their fixed income investments that give solid returns with minimal volatility. Your local office in Gate City is managed by Edwin Cox, and he is ready to answer your questions and believes in establishing long-lasting relationships with his clients based on trust. He is ready to help you with financial planning, investments, and much, much more. So give him a call today at 276-690-8014. Again, that's 276-690-8014. He's located at 122 East Jackson Street, next to Dollar General in Gate City. James River Advisory, Inc. is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only and not intended for the offer, solicitation, or sale or purchase of securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments do involve risk, unless otherwise stated, is not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with your qualified financial advisor or tax professional before implementing any strategy therein. Past performance is not indicative of future performances.
America's ingenuity in medicine advanced the world. Premier Pharmacy's innovation has changed the profession. At Premier Pharmacy, what we create is personal. For our patients, one size doesn't fit all. So let the grocery stock your food. Let the retail chains print your photos. Let the supercenters sell you shampoo. At Premier Pharmacy, we'll make your medicine. For more information, call 423-245-1022 or visit rxpremier.com.
You are listening to the home of Blue Devil Sports. This is Gate City Sports Radio.
All right, and we are back here live from Bullet Park in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Again, Gate City and Union about 24 minutes away from kicking off here in this Mountain 7 pivotal matchup between the Blue Devils and the Bears. All right, so talking about around Southwest Virginia, let's go to the Black Diamond District where Grundy will travel to Honaker. Last year, Grundy blasted Honaker 20-0. That game, though, at Grundy, one of the more intriguing matchups, I think, of the night. Again, Honaker was the top choice for the Black Diamond District. However, Grundy has won the last two Black Diamond District titles. Levi Miller is still out for Honaker. Again, their starting quarterback. Coach Hubbard felt like their bye week was very beneficial, but I think back and forth this game will go. Youth, I think, will be served tonight. I've got Grundy winning a close one and an upset on the road. I give Grundy the win, 34-27.
Grundy's a good team. I think I took them also.
Mm-hmm.
I look for them to take care of business tonight. They're big and they're mean.
So again, they've got some good running backs, young running backs. Of course, they lost Gabe Pfizer to, of course, graduation, but Ian Schammel and a couple other guys really do a very good job. So,
wait, I was talking about the cheerleaders. I mean the football team.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
Again, make sure those remarks are sent to Chris Carr at Severe Middle.